Today I'm going to give you a tour of my studio and I'm going to show you how I film dreadlock videos in order to go viral on YouTube. Hey, what's up guys, I'm Gunther the Great and I'm going to take you guys behind the scenes on how I create these videos and how I've made videos hit millions of views in just a short amount of time. Huge disclaimer, your videos are not going to do good if you don't have good ideas. But with great ideas, you also need great equipment. There are 5 things that I feel are most important when it comes to creating great dreadlock videos. And number 1 starts out with your environment. For me, it's really hard to actually create a video or create any sort of content if I don't feel like the environment is right. And I know that sounds weird, but you guys do this too. Have you ever been in class with someone that you don't really care to be with? Or maybe you and the teacher don't get along? It's a weird environment and it's hard to work in that environment. Or if you work a day job and everyone's in a bad mood, it's hard to actually work in that environment. Or maybe even if you're at home and it's just cluttered and dirty everywhere, it's hard to work in a dirty environment. So the number 1 thing that I always make sure of is just to clean up the environment, make it nice and suitable for me. If you can work in a dirty and cluttered environment, then that's you. But do what you have to do in order to get into the mindset of actually creating. I've made over 1,000 videos on my main channel, and the number 1 thing I've always had to do on every single one of those videos is make sure that I'm ready to create a video. And there have been times to where I wasn't ready and wasn't feeling it and didn't really want to create a video, and it's because of my environment. It seems very small, it doesn't seem like it would be a part of actually creating a video, but your environment is really important. So if you plan on working with other people, make sure you're working with the right people. If you plan on working in just one room, make sure that your room is clean, because if your room is messy, sometimes your mind becomes messy because of the room. Speaking of environment, number 2 would be your lighting. There's a reason why in filmmaking they always say lights, camera, and then action. It's not camera, lights, action. And that's simply because cameras without lights, you don't get no action. Lights are so important. You can create great videos just with your iPhone with good lighting. When it comes to the equipment I use for lighting, I use all Neewer products. On this mobile desk that I built, I have 2 Neewer lights that are connected to these desk clamps, and I can control both of these lights from my phone. I can dim them, I can make them brighter, and I can also change the color temperature on these as well. And I can do this all from my phone, which makes it really easy to actually do. Yes, today's video is sponsored by Neewer, but I've been using their products way before we've ever collaborated. Not only does Neewer have lights, but they have all other sorts of filmmaking equipment that can make creating your videos a whole lot easier and a whole lot better. But these are the Neewer GL1s, and I personally have 4 of these, but I just have 2 in operation right now. And say if I wanted one of them off, just boom, with the click of a button, it's off. And you can get a different lighting. This is more like suspense, and I'm talking about deeper matters. And you have more of a natural lighting, which I prefer having a brighter light so that you can see the contrast of tones in my hair. And that's because I'm creating dreadlock videos. The difference between making just a regular video and making a dreadlock video is you have to see the contrast in tone with the dreadlocks. But I do really love being able to control this from my phone, but I love how easy it is to actually utilize these lights. It's very easy and very user-friendly. I do want to mention that all the products that I use on my videos are going to be linked down below. Now that you got your lights, let's talk about the cameras I'm using. For many years I used Canon, and I used a Canon T3i, and then I upgraded to a T6i. For such a long time I used Canon, and then I eventually switched over to Sony just because it was easier to actually function. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I have. I have this monitor right here I can see myself with, and I have it connected to my Sony a7 II. I don't even know what lens this is. I think it's a 20, kind of a wide lens on there. Everything's linked down below, so if I don't know the name of it, it's linked down below. These are older cameras. This is a Sony a6000 with kind of a stock lens on there for the second camera. Now that I'm filming all this, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you right now everything that I have set up right here so you guys can see what it looks like. I think this is one of the best shotgun mics you can buy from Rode, and it has your power back here. It stays charged for a really long time. It's rechargeable. You plug it in right here to recharge. But this is a desk that I just built. I'm still working on it. I made it rollable so you can kind of move it around and get different angles for the background. Another thing that I have is an arm for the mic. This makes it easy to actually move around. It moves pretty much any way you would like. But another thing I always keep while I'm filming is either a notepad for my talking points that are gonna help the video have value. And if you learn anything, just make sure that you have value points. Another thing that I hardly ever use is this TV. All right, I'm going to a wider angle so you guys can really see the room. If you notice back over here, I have these curtains to control the lighting, because if not, it just spills too much light in, and then now I have to use this light. I prefer to have the lighting be a little bit more controlled. But what you'll notice is all these shelves, and this is our stock of inventory for greatlocks.com. And then we have some more down here as well. Everything has its place. And that's actually a new product on greatlocks.com, which is really cool. It is our Dreadlock sponge. And as I'm filming this, it hasn't been released yet, but with this video being out, it's been released, and I'm just really excited about that product. Then I also have storage over here for like camera stuff. So tripods down here and mini poles. This is like my go-to stuff, like my go-to camera. This is all hard drives. And then that stuff up there, like, I don't even touch it. Probably wondering what this is right here. This is a Murphy bed that I built that folds out. This office space turns into a casita to where you can live. So literally I can live and work out of this space if I wanted to. I obviously sleep in my main house, but I built this whole place so that I can work out of it. And the whole goal for this space was to be a modular space so that I can create videos in it, so I can work out in it, and so that it can be slept in if needed. But if you have any other questions on this, of course I can go more in depth if you really want to. For me, I feel like it might be boring you guys. Hopefully I'm not. But moving over here, this is my editing station. Now let's get into the editing station. So over here at my editing station, I like to keep things really simple. See how it's just a keyboard, a mouse, SD card reader, USB port, an audio interface, and my microphone for doing voiceover work, and the computer, and a whiteboard to keep myself on track, because I'm a big proponent to writing things down, because if you don't write it down, it's really not going to get done. Even the Bible tells us to write it down and make it plain so that those that read it can run with it. If we move a little closer, you can see what I edit with, and that is Adobe Premiere Pro, and I use all of the Adobe Creative Cloud. So that means that I use Adobe Photoshop for creating thumbnails. I'm going to show this mouse because it's a beast of a mouse, and I don't think it'll ever go out. It is a Logitech MX2, I think, or something like that. Anyway, it's linked down below. It just has multiple buttons on it. It has a side scroll, and it just makes it so much easier for editing, and it's comfortable in my hand. And I just use a lightning keyboard, nothing too fancy. But I do have the Elgato Wave XLR, and I use all the Elgato software, and I have the Rode podcast mic, I think is what it's called. And then right here I have my play buttons, which are kind of awkwardly hung, and I'm most likely gonna relocate them. But I keep those there to encourage me as I'm working, because this is where I do majority of my editing. And I have a cool little mirror right here, and I'm holding the light. Also from Neewer. Whew, it's actually a lot going on. You see how I was pretty simple when it came to my editing setup. And that leads me on to step number 4, which is editing. Editing is super important. If you want to get good at editing, watch people's videos that you enjoy watching that are actually doing good, and just emulate it. But be careful, because it's gonna be really tough to be a Dreadlock YouTuber and try to follow Mr. Beast's format. Today I'm giving 1,000 people dreadlocks, and the one with the best dreadlocks gets a private island, and they have to get there by swimming through sharks. I mean, maybe that video will do good. But find what you really want to do and just stick to doing that. But it's not bad to emulate other people. And if you don't want to spend your time editing, you can always hire people to edit your videos for you. I have hired multiple people to edit my videos, and I just couldn't find someone that edited just like me. And for me, I just love being in control of how my videos are created, so I didn't want to pay people to do it. And maybe in the future, I'll find someone who knows how to edit exactly like me and has the same mind and same vision I do. And honestly, I would love to. But the 5th and final thing is quite simple but extremely hard, and that is to have faith, or just believe. If you're making videos and you don't think they're gonna do well, then there's no point of creating videos. You have to go into the creative process and the creation process with knowing that this video is going to do good. So when you're creating these videos, you have to say, this video is gonna do good. This video is gonna bring value to people. This video is gonna help people out, or this video is gonna make people laugh, or whatever the outcome you want, you have to speak over your videos. For me, I have a belief on the inside of me that says that I'm going to be successful. So everything that I touch and everything that I produce has to work. And you should adopt that mindset that everything you touch, everything you film, everything you create is going to do well. The Bible says that everything you put your hands to, God will prosper. But you have to put your hands to it first. But those are the 5 things I truly believe will make great videos. Now, if you want to make great dreadlock videos and become a successful content creator, and you want my personal help on assisting you to become that, then hear what I have to say. I would love to actually mentor about like 10 to 15 people, or maybe even a smaller group of people, and teach you guys how to actually grow your channel from making videos that you enjoy making. But I do want to limit it to people that want to make only dreadlock content. And if you're already making content and you want to be mentored by me, I would love to. Now guys, I'm not 100% sure on this because I'm not sure if people would actually want to do this, but if you want me to assist you in growing as a Dreadlock content creator, please leave a comment down below. And I really want to limit this first group of people to those that already have a YouTube channel and are already creating Dreadlock content, even if it's only been one video. Please leave a comment down below. I'll check out your channel and I'll reach out to you. But I'm really excited to do this and to help some people out. And it's not going to be charged whatsoever. Like, this is going to be completely free. I just want to see people grow. And I gotta say, I'm doing this because it's so lonely at the top. I feel like there's not anybody creating Dreadlock content that's close to what I've been creating, and I want people to get there, and I want to help you guys get there. I really want to help people grow so that I have people to collaborate with. So if you want to be a part of it, please leave a comment down below.